making a video. I'm talking as you make a video. So welcome to Jerusalem Firewood's annual tree scavenge.
Building Isreel.
Building Israel by taking people's trees out of their gardens, one tree at a time. So our somebody came and did some surgery on this tree, and Barry was smart enough to tell them to leave all the pieces here. And now he's going to go home with lots of moolah, because after I get all this wood in the truck, I'm going to break out the wallet and pull out all types of colorful Israeli bank denominations. So you can see here, we got these monster pieces. This is what we call urban forestry, because we're in a city. It's very urban. There's people everywhere.
And why these trees?
Oh, these trees are good. Eucalyptus, two types in Israel. And they're very good at absorbing water, which means that they're like wicked heavy. So we have to cut these into small pieces just to carry them to the car. And most likely you're going to have to come back again tomorrow, which means more money for Barry. Anyway, we have to come back tomorrow because this is going to kill the car. If I were to put all this in, yeah, maybe I'd make it down the hill, but for sure I wouldn't make it back up the hill. Yeah, thank God I lived in Maine for a long time, and my family's from France. Not a lot of Jews know how to do this kind of stuff. But we're making money out of nothing. God put these trees, He grew them. They got really tall. They fell down or whatever. Now we're turning them into shekels. You know, that's what Jews do best. Counting the shekels. This morning, a friend of ours, Shimon, you know Shimon? He also had a baby. Everyone's got a baby. Anyway, I got 4 cats. So Shimon helped me deliver wood. So he was on the other side of the operation. See, the firewood business, there's 4 elements to the firewood business. There's the harvesting, which we're doing now, Baruch Hashem. The processing, which is what we do in Tekoa, the stacking and the splitting and all that. The delivery, and what's the most important part? Counting the money. No, there's a 4th part. I don't remember what it is. Whatever. There's no like rules anymore. All right, so here, let's go put some of these in the car, and then we'll come back to making some noise. And maybe we'll chop up a few more pieces. No one seems to care, right? No one's complaining. It's amazing. You live in a good neighborhood. I'm like always expecting like eggs to be thrown at me or whatever. So many places I go in Israel, people love to attack me. It's my sweet face and my beautiful disposition. Let's mark off some more distances, make some more cuts. See, now they're in more manageable pieces. I try to do as few pieces as possible, especially in a situation like this, because, you know, there could be like 90 people home or something. People start calling the police. What are you doing? Where are your permits? We don't need permits. This is on the ground. Themselves, and someone's like girlfriend who doesn't exist right now is going to be baking cookies in that same oven. I got distracted again. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, chainsaws. Okay, so here's the chainsaw. It's got very sharp teeth. Here's a little visor, so like the stuff doesn't go in your eye and you spend like the next like 2 days like running back and forth to the doctor. So we're gonna cut up this last piece. So the secret to cutting up the piece is to do it in lengths. It's all about like Ford, that guy who made cars. You know, you have to have an assembly line. My grandpa was a butcher, not many people know that. So whether you're building something or disassembling something, you have to be very methodical. So in this case, we're processing wood, so we're disassembling something. So the goal is to make it into pieces that are going to dry. Oh, well, this is all one piece. I thought we were like looking at different pieces. And we'll squeeze like one more piece. The trailer's getting kind of full. It's getting kind of late. We'll make a little mark there. Cut that there. I don't want to cut too much, because if we cut too much, somebody jump over the fence and take all the pieces, which happens a lot. So we're just going to cut a few of these pieces. Barry's been great spotting this wood and letting me know about it, so my business can thrive. And so we got all this wood in the trailer. We got to be careful. We can't put too much wood in the trailer because one, it's dangerous. Two, my car is really old. And three, I live so far out there, if something happens and I'm on the side of the road, you know, it can turn into like an international incident very quickly. All right, so here, got my special measuring stick that I like to use. Everything's graduated to 30, which works pretty good. The problem being that the cut of the saw, what they call in English the kerf, takes a little bit of space. So really, if I were to do this stick again, I should add every time the distance of the cut, because if you follow these lines exactly, you wind up getting like smaller and smaller pieces.
Can you just show me the tape measure?
Tape measure. So you can see here that it's 30 between cuts. But 33 works good. You know, up to 40. Some people have small stoves. Some people have really big stoves. It really depends. So where I live in Toccoa, our pioneering village, people buy wood from me. Or they get their own trees, like with permits. Or they go and buy from Arabs who deliver. Now, this is eucalyptus, which is plentiful in certain places in Israel. It's amazing that there's any trees here at all. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze here. No, not yet. Oh, it's coming. Anyway. Oh, anyway. You know what we haven't seen in a long time? Eddie Murphy or Martin Lawrence. Like, what happened to those guys? Anyway, you gotta wonder. So, yeah. So this is great. So this tree was, somebody did a trimming job on here. They left all this stuff here. And we're going to bring it home. I think next week I'm ordering from the Arab guy who's got permit and 6 workers and all types of equipment. He's going to come with a big, big truck with like 10 tons of wood that I'm going to get like a super duper price. And then I'm going to cut it up, split it up with my new tool that I'm getting. It's a wood splitter, 4 times the cost of America. Sorry, I said no political commentary. Anyway, and that's how we're going to do it. And are we going to make money this year? Oof, God only knows. We're going to keep spending money though, that's for sure. That's guaranteed. How much money have you spent since you've been in Israel? You don't have to answer that question. That's for everyone to decide. 30. 30 is a good size. It's about 1 foot. It's also fits into most stoves. Of course, now the crayon doesn't work because it's on something wet. Here, wait, watch your toes. I'm going to bring this up to the dry side. And you don't really want to cut into the ground because you never know. There could be nails. There can be the dirt has silicone in it that like dulls the chain and stuff. And because everything in Israel is 4 times the normal price to the rest of the world, the chain is as much as the wood, more than the wood. Replace the chain is like 200 shekels or something. So when you break the chain, it's like, what did I make today? But that's like that for everything you try to do here. Anyway, don't let me start one of my political rants. I'll just get in trouble again. Can you even see these marks? Let's try that again. Use this part. Ah, there we go. A little scratchy scratch. And if it comes out a little big, that's also okay. Because as you cut, you lose a little bit because of the thickness of the chain. This chainsaw, awesome. I love it. Of course, have I owned many chainsaws? Not really. But I like this one.
Where did you get it from?
I bought it from the next to the botanical gardens. They have a Mishtala nursery. So here you see we're marking off the pieces, and it doesn't seem like anyone's bothering us, which is a good thing. So I'll cut this into many pieces. It'll make it lighter to move it to the car, and also make it easier to park in the trailer. But it looks like we're going to have to come back because the weight of this is like tremendous. You know, when you lift one of these pieces, this doesn't feel like it weighs so much, but when you get a whole bunch of them together, the trailer, you can only put 500 kilos in the trailer. Anything above that, you need brakes legally. But not just that, my teeny French car with a little engine that could, to get back to Toccoa, I can't go the regular way. I have to go the long way through Efrat. It's a much, much gradualer incline. So it's a question of the wear and tear on the equipment. You know, the car I have probably spent like 40,000 shekels on repairs. You know, I could have bought a Porsche in America for what I spent on the car here. But, you know, that's the blessing that we receive. Because as they say, for every person in Israel, it takes 3 people in America to support them. They don't say that, but they should. Because that's the truth. Of course, one of those people is dead because it was my grandpa and he left me money. The other two are my parents. My dad's not even Jewish, and he's like not even crazy about Israel, and he gives me money. Thing about that is Soul overcame like a lot of stuff. Okay, time for more cuts. That's right. It's good stuff, right? It's like hunting whales. This is like Jewish people hunting whales, like, you know, like yeshiva people. Like when I'm in like Haredi neighborhoods and they see me, they're like, "Oh my God, like, how did this guy, like, how is he so cool?" I don't know, you know, I am that cool. Okay, let's go. That's the sound of being out of gas. Yeah, all right, so now we got to put some gas. This is over there, of course. We're here. But we'll bring the gas closer. It's like prospecting for gold, you know? Like Jewish gold. Jerusalem gold. Gas on one side, oil on the other. Of course, I got a discount, but the price of the gas canister is like more than what most Israelis work in one day. Making one day. And that's like the whole secret to Israel. You know, everything is like 4 times the price. And if you're born here, whew, good luck, you know. You're gonna be like in a shit apartment for the rest of your life, most likely. The gas, I go to this one place by Beit Safafa. They have like the cheapest gas in Jerusalem, so they say. See, it's fancy, it didn't spill. Ooh. And now the price of solar is actually come down. This is gasoline, it's not diesel fuel. So I don't usually buy so much gasoline except for the chainsaws and the lawnmower and stuff. Now the way that this is scientifically designed is that it runs out of oil, and the oil is for lubricating the chain, and gas like at the same time, which is very cool. They like proportion it properly. So you got to fill both of them up at the same time. And now, can you hear me? Now I buy the oil in bulk, so I get it like cheaper. But, you know, everything's like wicked expensive here. You know, now the price of fuel, like diesel fuel came down. It's 4 shekels and 80 agarot, you know? But if you translate that into dollars, it's basically, I don't know, like $4 like for a gallon, you know? That's crazy. No one in America would pay that. They'd like, heads would be like rolling down the street and stuff. All right, so now we ran out of gas. Sometimes it takes a while to get it going. So here we put the brake on so we don't cut off our like foot or leg by accident. And you gotta whip it a few times. See, it doesn't want to go. That's the problem when you run out. You open the clutch, the choke. Ah, there we go. A lot of people say, Eli, why do you cut trees? I mean, isn't it obvious? Hunting whales is illegal. Oh, you did it. Okay. I think that's enough for now. It's getting time for mincha, right? Isn't that what people always say? That's what they say in Israel. So that's like in Maine, people say like, oh, I gotta go, I'm burning pine, which is just another way to say, all right, I really want to go because I have to make a big poop or something. I already made a big poop. Okay, time to go. Bye.